Hello and welcome to first episode on my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Umar Farooq Khan. I am physiotherapist practicing in Pune, and I am the chief instructor of Pune Institute of Integrated Manual Therapy. Dear friend, today with me is a very senior therapist from Australia, Dr. Inger Villadsen. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah.
She has done a post-graduation in neuromuscular rehabilitation, and she has been the instructor of trainer for DNS Prague Institute since 2007, man, right?
Correct.
And she is a chiropractor by graduation, and this is her second visit to India. How you find India? And last visit you have been to Taj Mahal also.
Yes, I have really enjoyed being in India, and I found the culture extremely inclusive and generous, both in time and sharing knowledge and food, and I felt very welcome here.
Yeah. So you like food?
Yes,
you are very
definitely
conscious
definitely.
about food, right?
No, food is the building blocks for health. We eat well, we eat the right sort of food, we hydrate well, we have a good foundation for a healthy body.
Man, you have been basically from Denmark, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. You have been a chiropractor, then you done a post-graduation in neuromuscular rehabilitation, then
Yes.
DNS,
Yes,
it's quite change. So how you how you come to know about DNS?
I became interested in DNS when working with children and young adults with neurological cases or neurological conditions, and I realized that conventional methods did very little for these cases. And so I started reading up on things, and I came across Butler Boita, reflex locomotion from Prague School, and met some of the people from Prague School, as in Vladimir Yanda. He came to Australia in '99, and I started going to his courses, and then met the other grandfathers of the Prague School, and became involved with inviting Prague School lecturers to Australia.
Okay. So it means you are associated with them since 1999.
Yes.
Okay. So and then
1999 was exploratory.
Exploratory.
It's like ooh, this is exciting. And when we had sort of the first 2001 bringing people out to Australia, and then I have been going to Prague most years up until 2010, and then from then every other year.
So near about 30 years.
Yeah, well, at least 21.
21, sorry.
Yeah,
21
years.
years of DNS. Okay.
And it is a very developing area, as our understanding of neuroplasticity is broadening. It is very exciting to be able to, as a clinician, with very little sophisticated tools, apart from your understanding of neuroanatomy and human movement through anatomy, and to be able to bring that to the patient and actually see changes in patients.
So can you just little bit elaborate in terms of principle of dynamic neuromuscular stabilization called DNS?
Principle. Well, they initially started as an umbrella for all of the approaches from Prague School. The idea was that one was a neuro approach, one was a muscular approach, one was a joint approach, looking at fascia. But the realization was the common denominator was the brain, and to have real input into change in the patient. If we could use access to the brain via motor patterns. It was more powerful in the practice to change someone's clinical outcome. And the developmental kinesiology gave us the insight into milestones and patterns. And the reflex locomotion gave us the ideas of vectors and points and loaded support steps.
So then you mean to say with the different positions, posture, we are ultimately training the brain? Or
So we can say we train the brain, but the brain already knows it.
it's reminding the brain.
It is reminding the brain, and it is assisting the brain in remembering a better pattern for this movement. The thing with the brain is we develop and we move forward. The brain never goes backwards.
Okay.
So the brain will always adapt in a forward motion, even if that adaptation is not advantageous.
Mm-hmm.
So by taking an early milestone from first year of life, we create a neuro tag where the patient can use this position and you gain access. Then we load different things in terms of exercise into this posture, and we ask the person to then practice this at home. So it's a way of accessing what the brain already knows, but is not willingly going to. Yeah.
Okay. So DNS then is helpful to some particular condition, or it can be used in any person, like neuro cases also, paralysis also, and ortho.
Yes. Yes, the limit really is how comfortable are we as clinicians in implementing, and can we see a way through the problems that are in front of us as the patient case.
That means even for my basic fitness, also I can use DNS.
Oh, definitely. So it's really useful for performance enhancement. Because in performance, I may have no particular problem, maybe a weakness or something I would like to be better at. And we would then assess the movement. I like to do video assessments and then look at the video in slow motion to see what part of this movement would I like to improve. And then I will pick the exercises that will allow me to expand the capacity for the person. And this is much better because I'm not dealing with pain or an injury. I'm actually dealing with sound anatomy that I want to enhance.
So the breathing pattern also has an important role in DNS, right?
Oh yes, the breathing is the fundamental platform for all human movement. So you breathe 25,000 times a day, and if breathing is optimal and you have optimal intake of oxygen, your body functions to the best of your ability today, and the same for your brain.
Yeah.
So it's really important for brain capacity.
And last two questions. If I start practicing DNS position for myself, like I'm not having any pain, so is it going to enhance my performance, like my work stamina or my adaptation or strength?
But I think it does, but there's no evidence to prove that at this point. But if we have better work posture, better breathing efficiency, your brain functions better. I think if we can say that across a day, I am in a better space to perform. It would be interesting to do some research on that.
And see, there are many positions in DNS, like 3-month prone position or many positions. So how you decide for a particular patient which position to give?
Oh, so I assess the patient. I then look at what are the gaps in the movement pattern. What are the things that I need to improve on immediately? and then I will pick the position that is the easiest and most comfortable for this patient, and I will focus on breathing and the rhythm of breathing first. I need the person to feel that they can do it and that they are in control, and at the end of a session that they should feel better. And then the next time we build on it and we demand a little bit more. But first I need to establish a good platform.
So, since 2007, you are the teacher for DNS, and when we ask you your next day, you have given us next Feb dates. So, like your whole year, you are busy. How many countries you go for teaching?
Well, I am supposed to go to China in March.
Okay.
This is possibly not going to happen. Yes. In February I teach in Australia.
Okay.
In April I work for the World Surfing League with surfing at 2 events. In May I teach in New Zealand, and I have a local course in Australia in June. In July I have potential opportunity. In August again I go to China, and at the end of September I go to Switzerland. Yes. And so that is what is locked in. I teach in Perth in November. And so the year has filled up. And we talked about trying to maybe find another time this year. So we will sit down and talk about it.
So after having so many years of experience, still you are quite packed schedule and busy and enjoying.
Oh, I love it.
So your family is not complaining you are not giving time, or?
Well, I'm lucky. I am at the end of time where the children don't live at home. They have busy lives themselves. So I get to choose what to do. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me time. Nice to meet you.